Hello and welcome to Falcon Blues TV. I'm Callum Davis and I'm back with another match preview for this weekend's game where Everton are going to be travelling to Southampton. We are a 3 p.m. kickoff on Saturday the 19th of February, so it won't be shown on any TV sites. And before we get into the video, if you wouldn't mind going down, liking and subscribing, we'd really appreciate it. And let's get into the video. So obviously Everton probably put in their performance of the season last time out when we absolutely demolished Leeds 3-0 at home. Probably one of the best atmospheres of the season, to match the best performance of the season. A complete performance, really. I thought we dominated from start to finish. The only two real chances they had were the two screamers from Rodrigo, which hit the bar. And apart from that, I thought we created more chances. We limited them. We basically just beat them at their own game. I thought everyone was faultless. People who in the past who have been public enemy number one, John Joe Kenny, Iwobi, even Holgate, they all stepped up to the plate for this game in what I think was probably one of our most important games of the season, because Leeds are really right back in it now and we can start hopefully looking up now that we've kind of got a bit more distance on the teams below us, and obviously we still have the games in hand to play, which could be all important in maybe pushing towards the middle of the table and finishing the season more strongly. Southampton obviously are no slouches as well. They're off the back of a really good draw against United, and obviously before that, draws with City and a win against Spurs. Against United, it was the classic tale with United where United go ahead and they're quite comfortable, but then Southampton grab a goal and United tail off. They've been good lately. They have been really good lately, and it's not going to be an easy game. The only thing that will benefit us, I think, is the fact that there's obviously the St Mary's Stadium atmosphere isn't quite as hostile as the St James's Park atmosphere. Hopefully the players will deal with it a lot better, and we'll be able to grind out a positive result. And the win at Leeds did end a 4-game losing run for Everton, so as I said, it was imperative that we did get that win. But and Southampton are on this incredible run of beating getting good results against the better sides. 5 points from the last 3 against the teams that I previously mentioned. Now in the past against Southampton, we haven't really done all that well away from home. We lost this fixture last season 2-0 where Luca Dean got sent off, and that was kind of the catalyst for our collapse after our brilliant start. We don't really do that well against them at their place, as I mentioned. I think we've only won once at their place since 2015. We've seen some pretty poor results, obviously lost 4-1 there, once, 2-1. So we don't really do the best against Southampton. We obviously beat them earlier in the season 3-1. I didn't think we played particularly well in that season, but obviously that was under Benitez's first game, first home game. And things are completely different now, to be fair. Richarlison loves a goal against Southampton. He does have a pretty good record. He scored 4 in his last 5 games against Southampton, and hopefully he can continue that scoring record. Make up for the goal that he got taken off him against Leeds, which Gordon was credited with. Southampton, as I said, are in a pretty good run of form, but their goal scoring run stretches back until early December. They have scored at least 1 in every game since their 3-0 loss very early December away at Arsenal, and then that started this run, which has been obviously patchy in parts. They aren't pushing for anything by any means, but they are in pretty good recent form, and they're a pretty well drilled side, and they proved that against United with the way that they did play, and they mitigated certain circumstances with the way that the system works. I think it is liable for mistakes, and it's liable to sometimes not work, but when it does work, it's a really impressive system that can neutralise teams that are much better than them. United obviously a team in a little bit of crisis, but Southampton really good value for their point. In terms of injury news, Everton still have all the usual suspects out. Delph, Davis, Decore, Godfrey and Mina are all completely ruled out, and they'll all be out for quite some time. Gray, who was obviously out of the last match against Leeds, he's expected to be back. I can't imagine he'll get thrown straight back in. It'd be pretty hard to drop anyone from that Leeds game, so I think we'll probably see a pretty similar team. Gray probably come off the bench if we need him, get a few extra minutes, and it's not a bad player to have off the bench, is he? Southampton, From what I was when I was looking, they didn't really seem to have all that many injuries. Livramento was the biggest one, but he managed to come off the bench against United. So he looks like he'll probably be in line for a start against us. Nathan Redmond's the only one who I could see who was completely out from who would challenge for the starting lineup. In terms of team news, as I said, I don't think Everton will really change all that much. Pickford in goal, Keane and Holgate have to be at the back because there's not really many other options due to injuries. Coleman will probably stay at right back, and then left back is an interesting one because Michaelenko will probably be back from his illness or whatever was wrong with him. But I thought Kenny was outstanding at left back. I wouldn't be surprised to see Michaelenko thrown back in, but I would probably like to see Kenny given a bit of run in the team now. If you'll have watched his interview, you'll have seen like how much his recent form means to him, how much he wants to play for the club, and how much he just wants to perform. He said he doesn't mind where he plays on the pitch, plays left back, play right back. He just wants to be on the pitch, and that's the kind of person that we need on the pitch. So I'd like to see him keep his place. The midfield, again, I think it'd be pretty hard to drop any of the midfield four because Lampard did set up with kind of like a 4-4-2. Van der Beek and Alan, undroppable. Both of them were brilliant. Van der Beek, obviously, I think he got man of the match for his performance, which he ran the show really for us. I don't know how Dele Alli will end up in this team, to be honest, because if they play like they do every week, then they're undroppable. But he showed glimpses when he came off the bench, and he might do the same. I don't think he'll quite start yet, but it can't be far away. So you'd probably have Gordon and Iwobi on the wings again if he doesn't really want to risk Gray. Iwobi would probably be the more likely to make way, but if you see his stats, the key passes, the pressures, he was so important to the way that we played against Leeds. And if he can continue even a fraction of that performance against Southampton and for the rest of the season, then I think he'll have a pretty successful Everton career. Up front, Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison pretty much names themselves regarding providing that no one has picked up any injuries in the week. Southampton's team again, they're on a pretty good run, good performance against United. I don't think they'll really change all that much. Forster in goal, probably have Salisu and Bednarek at the back. Livramento will probably come in at right back, which means Kyle Walker-Peters can move to left back and replace, I think it was Perro who was playing there, because he's quite a versatile fullback, Kyle Walker-Peters. James Ward-Prowse and Romeo will probably hold down the midfield. That's a good central midfield partnership, I think. They've got a nice blend of a stopper, an enforcer, and then someone who can actually play a bit of football. But I do back Alan and Van der Beek to get the better of them if they do play, or if Lampard opts to maybe go with three in midfield and overrun them. You probably think that he'll keep with the front four as well. El Yunusi on one wing, Armstrong on the other wing, and Che Adams and Armando Broja up front. Adams scored against United. Broja is on a pretty good goal scoring run himself. He's big striker with a turn of pace who can finish. I think he will cause the front four will cause us a lot of issues in the way that Southampton play. But if we can, match the way that we played against Leeds with the intensity and prevent them from even having, the ball in dangerous positions because we win it so high up the pitch, I think it'll stand us in good stead to come out with a good result and, quieten the threats that they might have. Now, in terms of a prediction, I think it's quite a difficult one. Every time I predict Everton to win, we seem to lose. And I'm not going to get carried away with one win because, as I said, we had lost 4 before that in the league. This is our first league win since December against Arsenal. So I'm not getting carried away. They're 10th in the league, we're 16th in the league. We do have 2 games in hand and we're only 7 points behind them. So a win here would mean we'd be just 4 behind them with those 2 games in hand. So it is all to play for if we can get a result. And we do have a pretty tough run coming after Southampton. So we probably do need to pick up points in games like this. I'd take a draw now probably, but with the way that we played against Leeds, my expectations have gone up a little bit. And as I said, they are in good recent form. Hopefully the players can react well to being away from home, not be so reliant on the Goodison crowd to help push them through and get a good result. I'll go for a 1-1 draw or a 2-1 loss in the hopes that they prove me wrong again, because whenever I predict us to lose, we get a good result. Maybe that's just a superstition in me, but I do think we can get a good result if we perform even slightly to the levels that we did against Leeds. You can let us know in the comments down below how you think the game's going to go, what you think the score will be, and thank you very much for watching, and up the Toffees.